to organizational behavior, where all actions and policies are synchronized with each other. All actions and policies build up upon each other in the same direction, and all actions and policies reinforce each other's impact in order to increase chances of success. In short, organizational synchronization, or OS, is the concept of harmonizing, aligning, and synchronizing the internal and external strategies, tactics, and actions in an organization to maximize its performance and global competitiveness. Cardenas first published this concept in 2001 in the context of global competency titled International Managerial Leadership, or IML, certified by the San Diego Global Knowledge University. Why should we be interested in OS at this juncture? Globalization has generated an external environment of intense change and turbulence, and quite often the internal strategies and tactics of an organization do not change or adapt, leaving it poorly synchronized. A highly synchronized organization is agile, flexible, and responds continuously and effectively to change, anticipating rather than reacting to the external demands of globalization. Various other IT video conferences have discussed OS. IT speaker Goldstein in March of 2002 described this process as working outside in, by looking outside the organization to see how it needs to synchronize itself, and then reshaping the organization internally to serve those outside needs. This implies that organizational synchronization has two distinct modes: synchronizing the organization's actions and moves with external elements. Number two, synchronizing internal organizational elements to capitalize on the organization's external environment elements. He also described the 10 characteristics of a well-synchronized organization, the importance of change, the 10 mindsets for achieving OS, and the 12 steps required for implementation. While external environment plays a key role in reshaping the organization internally, the internal elements have to be in harmony with each other. ITC speaker Finnegan stated in December 2002, I quote, "In an environment where speed is not a measure, but a condition to compete, we must be able to prepare ourselves and our people on 3 planes. First, from the management team to the employees, contractors, suppliers, and above all customers, we are concerned with human beings and their emotions. Second, we must know the purpose and the capability of the technology that is required for the results we desire. And finally, we need to be able to manage the vast amount of knowledge that our technology can capture and turn it into useful, actionable information. This is ETK. In other words, synchronization in an organization can be implemented through an ETK conceptual framework which identifies the key human or emotional aspect, which is E, technological, which is T, and knowledge, which is K, the dimensions of the organization, as well as the interrelationship between them and with the external environment in which they operate. The 4 main variables under E are communication skills, human emotion skills, intellectual skills, and cultural skills. The second component, T, includes telecommunications, IT management, technology acquisition, transfer and blending, research and development, and innovation. The essential concepts of K, knowledge competence, are visioning and strategic planning, relevant knowledge acquisition, knowledge management and protection, human resource development and training, business plan protocol, benchmarking, and assessment and continuous expansion. In a broad sense, these are all the definitional aspects of the ETK model first created by Cardenas in 2001. Now, let us look into the synchronization within and in between E, T, and K segments. As described earlier, E, T, and K have several components within each segment. For instance, under E, communication skills include written and symbolic expression, listening comprehension, debate and group communication, and oral expression. Similarly, human emotion can be sorted into subcategories such as attitude, tolerance, self-confidence, emotional intelligence, and leadership. Synchronization within E implies that, for example, communication skills and human emotion skills are employed in such a way as to reinforce each other in a synergetic way. Depending on the type of organization being studied, some skills are more important than others for the purpose of quantification. For instance, an R&D organization may consider intellectual skills more important than others, while an outsourced call center located in a foreign country requires considerable skill in communication and culture sensitivity issues. Let's call these internal interactions within E as segment 1. To start the quantification of the OS, we award 10 points for this segment. As we progress with this line of thinking, we would develop 9 more segments, that is 2 to 10, and allocate 10 points for each to arrive at a total of 100 points. Similar arguments hold good in relation to subcategories under T, that is segment 2, and under K, that is segment 3, with 10 points each. Thus 30% of the points allocated goes for within each one of these 3 parts, E, T, and K. Now that we have looked at each individual components of this ETK model, we are now ready to examine synchronization between any 2 of the 3 segments. It is not sufficient for organizations to exhibit harmony within each category of E, T, or K. It's equally important for technology to go hand in hand with knowledge. Knowledge is essential to capture meaning for the vast amount of data that technology makes available to the organization. Only then can an organization project trends and attempts proper decision making. Similarly, when technology innovation decisions are made, focusing on the emotions present within the organization leads to an empathic decision and helps in building rapport within the employees and the people. It motivates people to work with heart, to contribute in synergetic ways towards the